Hey, Soul family. Thank you for joining me live. I can see your questions and your love in the chat. Let me just open up my windows, make sure I've got everything set. Okay. First of all, I just want to say I'm sending love and prayers and protection to the people that have been affected by all of this crazy, crazy weather, whether we can call it that or not. And I just realized I'm wearing a top, seeing all your messages about water saying, so I think that's a little bit symbolic of this second moon, is what they're calling it, that we have come into, I guess, our environment or into near Earth's energy. And I can see my best friend in the chat, whole family. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. So yeah, and I know that you're all sending love and prayers too. So I appreciate that together as a collective that we're doing this. And I love you all very much. So yeah, and I can see a few questions. So if you do have questions, to all caps so that I can see. And Debs, we're also thinking of you in the UK too. I didn't realize there was things happening over there. That's quite crazy as well. And I can see, thanks, Tim. Thank you. I saw Tim also popped up the photos from the screenshot from that show. If you do want to go check out the manifestation crystals, they are in the Maison Jupiter community chat as well. Thank you, Tim. You're such a beautiful support to our gorgeous team. And yeah, do hit that like, share, subscribe. Let me just pop up a little reminder. For anyone wanting to go get a potion, we have them over at Soul Alchemy Potions. And the one that I'm sort of more intently focused on at the moment would be I Am That. And I think it's perhaps getting into Halloween, kind of like the witchy vibe of things. And I found this cute little box yesterday. Have a look how cute this is for me to store my potions in the kitchen. So yeah, it's item for a kitchen witch to have something to pop her teas into. So this is the one that I would be working with probably up until Halloween, which is I Am That Witch. And it has elderberry, apple, lemon myrtle, blue mallow, dragon fruit, and peach. So it's really about your connection to your soul, your connection to your power, to your magic. But keep in mind, if you are in the Northern Hemisphere, this may take a couple of weeks for it to arrive over to where you are. And I just noticed this morning when I was bringing up my little page, let me bring this up, that there was another review on there, which is so lovely to see from our soul family. So I embrace my full power and magic. And I can see here, Rebecca Hudson said, as someone who crafts her own teas, and it takes a lot to impress me, but I'm blown away by how much love and thought went into these teas. What an absolutely exquisite and top-tier flavor burst. No detail was left out in this multi-sensory experience. I was immediately impressed with the stunning, beautiful packaging to the intuitively picked fresh ingredients with intoxicating scent. It is hard to pick a flavor, but probably I Am That Witch. Thank you for sharing such a delightful experience. So it seems like this is Rebecca's favorite, and we can see Corbin as well with a beautiful review. So thank you so much, guys. It really does help me out when you pop up like that. And it really touches my soul to see those magical words. Just a reminder as well, we also have an incredible show coming up for everyone to participate and join in on Friday. We're going to be making witches bottles. So you guys asked me for another ritual, and I just thought this would be so much fun to do together. And thanks for joining us. I can see some more family joining us too. So yeah, please this will be for Thursday if you guys are in the Northern Hemisphere, or it will be Friday if you're in the Southern Hemisphere like myself. So you will need to get a little bottle. So it can be a leftover jar, like a coffee bottle, jam jar, peanut butter jar, whatever it is that you have. You'll need a candle. You'll need some form of clearing, whether it's incense or sage. Dragon's blood would be ideal, like a dragon's blood incense stick, because we can actually pop it into the jar to cleanse. Have a think about what you want to set for your intention as well. So just sort of get into the general vibe of, do you want to make one for abundance? And the other thing too is you can use if you've got the potions, you can use this. So say if you're wanting to do like a cleansing protection one, you can use cleansing vibes. But yeah, do hit that notification bell. Or if you're wanting to do a love potion jar, you can use love potion as well. So this is going to be, and if you've got like little chip crystals, meaning ones that will fit inside a bottle, or even if you've got a bigger bottle, and it doesn't matter the size of your jar either, but this is going to be so much fun. So please join us for that. The other thing is the readings that we're doing today are for general purposes, or as a lot of people say on here, for entertainment purposes only. But if you do want to dive deeper into the questions, because we only have the hour, yeah, please do book a private session with me, and Mystical Oracle would be the one that you're looking for. So we look into your energy overall, and we do a bit of a pulse check. Then we talk to spirit about what's happening, and then we confirm with the tarot and go deeper and deeper and deeper into all of your questions. So yeah. Thank you also for the questions that are coming. Oh, Deb's, great question. So let me pop up Deb's right now. So I would say anything, it really depends on what ingredients you're putting inside of it. So for example, I mean, this is a spray bottle, but just imagine it had a little cork or a screw top. You want to be able to fit your ingredients that you're working with. So for example, you would still be able to put your potion, into something of that size. But yeah, you obviously wouldn't be able to fit like a crystal this big into a bottle. Just make sure that whatever bottle you choose, that your ingredients will fit. And yeah, it's going to be such a fun show. And let me just bring up the first question, and hopefully I can get to as many as I can. I'll just move this. Okay, let me just address this question that Dada had first. Okay, happy to see you again. Happy to see you too. So I feel like I've been run over by a truck who had crossed over 30 years ago. Does she have a message for me? Okay, so I don't always deal with mediumship because it's a different radio station to the station that I'm tuned into, which is Ascended Masters, guides, ETs, messages coming in it as well. But I just wanted to address that a lot of people at the moment are feeling hit by a truck energetically. I even said to my partner this morning, because we were saying, why are we so tired? And I said, this is the type of tired feeling that you get when you've been out clubbing night and you come home at 6 a.m, sleep for like 2 to 4 hours and get up and go to work. There's something unnatural about the tired feeling at the moment. So whether it's to do with this other asteroid body that we've got or solar activities around this, but let me just check in quickly what message we have coming through. Okay, I'll flip these straight over. I just noticed a raven out the back. So we have Ace of Swords and Strength. So there's a recommitment to really tuning in and putting yourself first at the moment. With this 9 of Wands energy, it seems like you've been through a lot, and I can see perhaps where you're steering energies that you shouldn't be putting. So say, for example, you might go above and beyond for other people, but they might not necessarily reflect or do that back. So I feel like this, your grandmother's message around conserving your energy and really about you touching into like your connection. So I actually do feel that you might be able to get into alignment with, with different things. You might be able to get more into alignment with becoming a channel to openly receive messages from her. And we have is 2 of Coins. So you can tap in to receive your messages. So look out for signs and synchronicities that she may be trying to give to you. This is usually from spirit, white feathers, flowers. And we will be doing the 3-card pick will be a flower pick this week. So whatever flower you decide will be a message for you guys. So I'm looking forward to doing that on May on Jupiter, but hopefully that helped, Jada. And let me see. Okay, I'm just bringing up my little highlighted questions. Okay, so I can see Christian. you had an amazing experience, it sounds like. And I'll just pop this up on the screen. So, hey, Soul, I would love what the cards would have to say regarding an ayahuasca spiritual retreat I just completed today in Colombia. Wow, congratulations. That is huge. Let's have a look and see what comes up. All right, Spirit wants a different deck. And this little raven is still around. They're quite big over here. All right, so. Oh, wow, Christian, just connecting with the energy of the retreat. I don't even know if you feel back on this, sir. Right, yeah. This incredible kind of white, blue, tingling light that I see around. There's a real celestial, almost like angelic type frequency or energy that is around you at the moment. Stay like in that bubble as long as you can, because it just feels incredible. And I'll flip these cards over. Queen of Coins, Seven of Coins, Strength, Nine of Wands, and Four of Wands. All right, so I'm going to sneeze. So Queen of Coins, so this was definitely a heightened spiritual connection that you went through with this ayahuasca retreat. These are not for the faint-hearted. These retreat. I have seen you as a beautiful client and know you a bit better as well. I know that you would have done everything in terms of protection. Thank you, Tim. But yeah, we have a Seven of Coins too. So there's still more messages to come. Thank you, everyone. So yeah, definitely still to come from your experience, and they're going to unravel over the next coming, I would say, about 9 weeks. So you can tap back in and still meditate to reach that connection that you had. It's still going to keep streaming through. So we have the Strength card, which is also called the Strength card in my other deck. So I would say just giving yourself on a pat on the back for like what it is that you decided to commit to, because even before actually taking the physical ayahuasca, there's a lot in regards to that. And then we have a Four of Wands. So a Four of Wands also represents completion. So there is something that, thanks, Debs. That's so cute. So there is something in terms of like you've completed or messages. Let me just see. There's something else that they want to communicate to us around this. I do feel a very strong presence of guides that are around. There's 3. There's one at the forefront, and then there's 2 a little bit further back that are harder to hear. I feel they're wanting to sort of keep that communication gateway open around this. And I'm just almost feeling like a little bit out of body too. So maybe some hematite to like help ground, hold your kidney points on the bottom of your feet, which is kidney 1. So look that up, but essentially say this is your foot and this would be like where your toes are joining. It's sort of just under in that top little shoulder type bridge. You would hold that point there with the neutral touch, and that will actually ground your energy back in. So gentle nurturing with yourself at the moment. We have Temperance, 6 of Wands, and a 7 of Wands. So there is a timeline change for you. You may get more further guidance from your guides around this in what direction to go. Oh, I missed it. I was looking down. Got the beautiful fairies with us today. Okay. And so hopefully that helps answer your question. Okay, let's look into another question. So we have one from Jake. What will the worldwide galactic contact and cooperation look like in the next 5 years? Let's have a look. That is a great question. Okay, I haven't used this deck in but the Right Away deck that they're guiding me to. So there must be some kind of picture or image or something that they want from this. Let us have a look. Gosh, I've got decks everywhere. So what I am seeing and sensing is more kind of like all type technology. And it's interesting, I'm seeing this sort of being more individual contact and beings come in from higher places to talk to people just like myself, yourselves. So I'm not seeing it as much. The focus and attention feels to be individually, which I would have assumed that spirit would have been showing us, stuff like we see in the movies, but I'm actually seeing that they're really placing our attention around personal contact. So let's flip. And interesting, we have the Strength card too. There's an energy of mastery that comes through with this. The first card we have is the Six of Cups, which is Scorpio energy. So we're still seeing things that are hidden, but it is fun with it too. So things that are hidden perhaps coming to the spotlight. We do see a Nine of Wands with this as well. Interesting that that's coming up so much today. So I feel like on a collective level, thank you. That is such beautiful. Thank you, Christian. I'm so happy to hear that. And yeah, it feels incredible. Really lean in. Always, check in with your guides. Do you love me unconditionally? I know you know what you're doing though, but they feel so blissful, so beautiful, so celestial. Come back next week and tell us about your experience. It sounds incredible. So yeah, the message that we get from Jake's question, we also have a Five of Cups. So it does look like that there's some kind of obstacle or something on a collective. I feel a grief energy. With this grief energy to do with the big losses that we're seeing from people that are dropping like flies, there just feels to be a grief or sadness around this individually to certain people. But I don't feel the grief or sadness is associated with just the individual. It's almost like there's something that's happened collectively. I'm not getting a full vision of it just yet, and that might be another question, but we do have the Magician card. So if the Fool represents the beginning of a journey, the Magician represents the end of a journey, but it also can represent trickster energy. So as we say, always check in if if they love us unconditionally. Be careful, extra energies and things coming in. Let me just get some clarifiers. That's such a great question. Thank you, Jake. We've got Eight of Swords. So be careful of mind traps. Now, mind traps can be, say, for example, I've seen this with dementia. You'll have someone that's fully immersed in otherworldly sort of contact or things coming in and that they're talking to in the astral. There was one experience with someone that I witnessed, and they were sitting in the car and they were to protect this little girl that no one else could see from these guys. And yeah, unfortunately, it was a sad case of dementia, but you go in as a healer and you do the clearing. And then when there's loneliness, people will call these things back in. So we're seeing a King of Swords. So you really need to be of your highest, utmost. Oh, thanks, Jake. Yeah, wow, this is amazing. Such a great insight. Very interesting. Would love to dig into that more and get clarity on the blocks collectively. It does seem to be that there's portal energies that are opening. That's the vision that I was seeing. So individual contact. Let me just see if we can look deeper into what this is on a collective kind of grief or sadness. I do feel that it's being lied to. Each kind of thing. There's disappointment that comes with this. There's feeling like we have to do things ourselves in a way. And I do see sort of more of what I would say is they're giving me the word galactic outreach, and I am seeing type weapons. So whether there's also some kind of a galactic alliance that's formed, but I do feel that things are a little bit more exposed. We've got a Seven of Wands, a Five of Wands in reverse, a Four of Swords. This is interesting. It's up type energy. Yeah, Melinda, we were just saying this before as well. So there's definitely, I was referring to the early clubbing days back in my late teens. It feels like going out clubbing all night, essentially. And then you're smashed with this heavy energy. It could be to do with this extra asteroid we've got at the moment. But yeah, we've got a Seven of Wands in regards to this. So there's still something that's a little bit hidden. We do see a Five of Wands in reversed. So this is what I call many cooks in the kitchen. Might be some people that are getting outed, or some kind of control that's being played with might be taken out. So we might also see a helping hand come in. We do see the card of meditation. This is energy of truth. Truth doesn't always feel like the good guys winning. It can feel like meeting in this middle ground type position. That's what I'm actually feeling and picking up on to do with this energy. And remember, timelines can change, but that's what we're currently getting as a pulse check, and a 5 of reverse. So where something was oppressive and something was really, I guess, displaying the Saturn control type energy, we're maybe seeing some of that be taken out. But it does feel like a lot of real so yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Hey. And thank you, Rainbow Sun. So Rainbow Sun is saying Schumann is showing a lot of big energies also fluxing. Yeah, definitely. So I'm so grateful that we're here together as well. Because that collective energy, when you bring such beautiful soul tribe together. And hello, Rainbow, or Unicorn Rainbow as well. Thank you for joining us. And let me just see. And yeah, it is sad with the sudden deaths. We're seeing it here as well. And I'm just trying to highlight some more questions. Thank you for popping your questions in. Okay, let me see what we have. So the next one is, oh, and I just wanted to pop this up. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, please check out the show that I did on Mess on Jupiter the other day, if you haven't seen it, with my good friend Phil Rice. Amazing, to do with hermetic alchemy, and we were talking about science and how we can sort of apply this to our consciousness and spirituality. So thank you for the reminder. Oh, it's so sweet. And let me just see. Oh, I just highlighted some of these before because I saw your little thing. So yeah, Tim has put the crystals up in the Maison Jupiter community chat. And I think on Instagram, if people are following Tim on, he also popped them up. And let me just see, question. Oh, and yeah, so you guys can ask either collectively, which is really great because it does help all of us to sort of participate, but you can ask individually too. I left this open. Okay. Thank you for your question. So we've got from Adele. I recently retired as an educational assistant. Would love to receive a message from the universe regarding my next chapter. Thank you for your question. So let's have a look in. This is interesting, Adele. So just shuffling the cards, I see gold with yellow. Gold with yellow for me is Spirit's way of showing that there's higher learning coming in, but it's not necessarily. And what I mean by this, and what's interesting, in conjunction with that, I'm getting pulled into the past or pulled into the left-hand side, which Spirit usually will represent that as the past, but I'm not getting pulled into I feel like there's a missed opportunity is what Spirit's showing me. It's an energy of, I really was interested or loved that when I was younger. With this gold and yellow energy mixed in with this, it's not necessarily having to go back and get a degree or anything of that sort of name that you're innately connected to, is what I'm being shown. But it's about sort of exploring other options and things too. And yeah, I was worried about that too, Jake, about the 5G, 5G, sorry. Have a look. Sorry, I need someone to pop my comments up. There's like so much to do at once. Lucky I've got ADHD superpowers. But yeah, so what we have with this around like you retiring and with the teaching, we've got King of Swords. So that information quest from the past, because it's coming up in past placement, may call you back. We have an adjustment, and then we have where you're making it new again. So I would look into what was it that inspired when you were younger? What was it even in childhood that maybe like really interested you? We have the Ace of Pentacles and the Judgment card. So this may have been, thank you, Emma. I appreciate that. So this may have been something that you weren't able to do, but it might have been like a hobby or like a wish or different things like that. Let's have a look and get some clarifiers. But I keep getting this feeling of you're going to get downloaded to you what it is. It's not going to be through external research or really kind of into things. Yeah, I really feel this is more Queen of Wands. You need to like meditate, get in contact with yourself, your higher self. Let me just see. Oh, Ace of Wands. Wow, this is real download energy. This is about you breaking out of the thoughts or thought imprisonment. So there may have been in the past, whereas like, you know, when we finish school and family sometimes might be like, right, you've got to go become a doctor or you've got to go become a scientist, or on like what we feel that we need to sometimes go into, receive that love, that respect from family. I feel like this is throwing that out the window. And I feel like this is really about you getting in touch with what you want to do. I'm also hearing side, and I just got this card when I heard side quest. So yeah, there's going to be a side quest. It might not also just be one thing that you're doing. There's a few options. I see one main one, but then a little side quest too. So hopefully that helps. And let me just, thank you, Tim. Thank you, everyone. You guys are so sweet. Okay. Yeah, lots of good questions, John. Everyone's doing such a great job coming up with amazing questions. All right. Cool. So, Pina, thank you for the question. Let's have a look. And Spirit is taking me to the hidden deck for you. Pina is saying, I would like to know if the next phase of my life as a tarot reader will be successful. As soon as I started to read your question and tune into your beautiful energy, I actually started to hear high pitches in the right ear. So the right ear is to do with future, incoming. Let me just highlight a question. All right. So the card that we have, returning home. So this is such a beautiful card for you. It's a master number 44. Transition, life between lifetimes, welcome. So I would say that there's even an aspect of you that tunes into perhaps even mediumship. So it might be to go do a mediumship course if you haven't done one, but I feel like you actually not just can tap into like the tarot side of thing. I feel like you're much more expanded than that. Yeah, it feels incredible. So let me just get some little clarifiers from the tarot because it's good to do that too. Oh, and in regards to the 5G and stuff, get your sensor a plug that you pop into the wall and it connects that orgone energy and circuits and protects the whole house. So it protects from water vein lines, spirit lines. This is probably a topic for another show, but they're the best ones that I found as a kinesiologist and other kinesiologists too, in terms of protection. So for you, for your question, let me just bring your question back up. Pina, we have in regards to like tarot reader, we've got a King of Cups in use your heart, use your emotion, and we've got a Queen of Coins. So it's doing this, but you've got to make the Queen of Coins happen. So you've got to set yourself up in a physical way. And the Sun, this is not about hiding. This is really about you staying in the limelight with this as well. So definitely tap into your intuition, your empathy, Queen of Coins energy. Do something to kind of like anchor it physically. Let me just ask for an action around this. Oh my gosh, get moving on it, girl. Six of Swords. So funny because I filed that totally back into the other deck. So they want you to get moving on this yesterday is the feeling with this. So I feel like it's just your maybe confidence holding you back. And yeah, this is to launch yourself. Yeah, Nine of Cups, you're in contact. You have flow. This is about you expanding and stepping into that divine given gift that you've been given. Because I really do feel that you're spirit led. I don't just feel it's sort of like tarot for reading the cards. I feel like there's innate wisdom that you also bring through with this. So yeah, that looks like a really beautiful green light ahead. So you just got to, I guess, connect the dots into the physical. Let me see. Oh, yes. Let me type it into the chat. It is called a geo cleanse, and I don't think I can spell orgone. So geo cleanse. So GeoCleanse. It was made by an Australian guy over here who I've met, and I know that he's worked on different spirit lines that it protects against like spirit lines coming from hospitals and things. And myself and a few other psychics and also kinesiologists, we've seen incredible things. I love how everyone celebrates. Yeah, isn't that wonderful for Pina? Okay, into thanks, Debs. Yeah, please do hit that like button too, because we want to be able to get that algorithm going so we can push this out. Okay. Let me just see. Oh, thank you. So, Adele, thank you, Solreta. I will need to get back and re-listen. I'm very grateful for you answering my question. You're so welcome. Okay, let's see what we have next. All right, so we have, oh, I must have highlighted one by mistake. So we've got Susan. Question, very difficult last 6 weeks. Mike's in the house and had to move quickly. Difficult to add cost of moving with my current finances. And hit my nose and head. Lesson or a message? Let's have a look. Often with accidents, there can be messages to change trajectory or to do something different compared to like what we've done in the past. So let me see what we have for you. And so sorry, it's terrible. Okay, so they've given me 4 cards. Let's flip these over. We've got a 3 of Cups, which is the card of abundance. We've got the Hierophant, 7 of Coins, and Strength. So there's definitely messages around finance coming out as the overall. 2, I would say this is to readdress the belief systems around finance because we've got abundance come out with the Hierophant. So this is also putting it out there and asking for assistance, but being in alignment to receive. Because sometimes we can ask for it, but we're not receive, or we're tapping into this energy, which a 7 of Coins is where we've got something sort of an idea or a manifestation, and then we're bringing it in, we're drawing it to us, we're seeing it, and then all of a sudden we're like deleting it, like that wouldn't possibly happen. So that you're in an energy, that you're buckling down on your manifestation work, that you're really reconfirming that the story is different to the physical one happening at the moment. And I know that can be really, really hard to do. Let's get some clarifiers for this too. Pentacles, Knight of Swords, Knight of Pentacles. Wow. So when you really buckle down and you commit to a new story, we have Ace of Pentacles. Oh, let me just pop this in because I can see a few people asking about the geo cleanse. I first got one around the time that smart meters came out, and there was such a heavy energy over here in Australia. Let me just see if I can find the exact one. Sorry, guys, I just thought this would be good to have a look into. Oh, here we go. Oh, and there's a sale on them. They have gone up definitely since I bought mine, because I bought mine so long ago. But page for anyone looking into the geo cleanses, and the guy is like a massive researcher. But yeah, it does. You really need to have the shungites and organites and things that plug into your wall, because it's circuit house and the property. So you only need one for a normal house size. Even if it's a large house, you only need one. The field really extends out and protects. So yeah, it does look like we've got Ace of Coins, the Knight of Swords. So really watch what you're speaking. With Pentacles, this might be to invest into things or start to put like finance and money towards, let me see, we've got Justice to really balance things out as well. Oh, thank you, Tim. Thank you. I appreciate that. So I do feel spirits really, they're not addressing like the accident or the mice so much. Let me just see what we have in regards to what that was about. We've got a 2 of Cups. This is change energy and new contracts and things, and a King of Wands. So sometimes things happen. We've got a 4 of coins too, which can represent home. So I would do a bit of a cleanse on your home spiritually. So get your dragon's blood out, really anything that's not allowed there, anything that's not invited, I definitely would cleanse, or tap in with a friend that's more or get your cleansing kit together, and even do it with a friend too, because sometimes that'll really help. Because sometimes when we do things by ourselves, we can doubt it. So you can always reach out and book a session as further into that question with the mystical oracle. And we just had an 8 of coins come out sideways. So it's definitely more, the message would be around half-baked manifestations would be the way to go. So even we could do a clearing in a session too. And let me just see. Oh, Debs, I'm so happy to hear about that refusal. Yeah, I locked my house up and then I had to move house, unfortunately, and ended up with one. So let me see the next question. And we have such beautiful energies here. Thank you. Brett Marie, so Rita, what would you suggest to take up to build bone mass? So weightlifting would be one of those things. So then, looking into your protein as well. John in the chat is the perfect person to all of this stuff, being a bodybuilder. But yeah, also you really need to, sometimes like with uptaking calcium and things like that, if we're taking too much or it's not getting absorbed properly, you can get calcium spurs. So magnesium is also really good. Definitely research into that. But generally, like weightlifting also helps with like bone strength. It makes you more stable. Let me just see if there's anything comes up from the cards too. All right, let me see. So we've got a 4 of Wands and a 4 of Swords. So Venus and Aries energy, I would say like take action on it, not to wait. This is a completion card with the 4 of Wands. So it's more, sometimes we can have this, oh, you're so welcome, Susan. So, sometimes, Britt Marie, we can have, this one is the Star Tarot, which is really beautiful. It has the Hermit on the front of the deck. But yeah, with this, I feel like it's just step from that stage of pond to action. So I actually would maybe even book, for someone who specializes in like building bone mass strength, or even like a personal trainer. We've got a meditation card too, or a truth energy. So there's this crossroad energy of we do right now. We've got a 7 of Wands and a 6 of Pentacles. So 7 of Wands being that you have to kind of like work to kind of build this, is the sort of energy that we have. Oh, hey, Sherry, I've got to text you. I think your text came through late. I'll check of that after. And yeah, 6 of Disc, which is the card of success. So I feel like the hardest hurdle with this is finding out the information. And we've got a few beautiful recommendations for you to have a look into as well. And it is my bodybuilding best friend. So John has so much wisdom around this subject. So look into supplement K2 to pull calcium into the bones and arteries, also vitamin D, 3 days a week of resistance training. And John really, he worked miracles. She was so stable and steady that even when she was more elderly and did have a bit of a fall, and I'm sure you don't mind me saying this, John, that yeah, no bone breaks or anything like that. So it really does make a difference. All right, let's have a look. Oh, and Tim is saying the same thing. Yeah, we definitely got to be strong, don't we? Oh, I like this question, Amy. Look, will I be doing mediumship professionally in the near future? Okay, let me see what card. They want the Oracle of Delphi card deck. It's so cute. When I'm hearing from Spirit's actually pondering and like putting the question back to you. They're like, do you want to be doing meditation, what's the word, mediumship in the future? It's so funny. I'm seeing it like reflected right back. So I do feel that you have the gift and ability. It's a matter of choosing it, is what they're showing. And it's interesting, I feel excitement energy around this. So it does feel like it really lights you up, which could indicate a soul path. And they've given me, oh my gosh, you've got the Oracle card. So I would say this is a big yes. We have Advocate Temple. I don't know why, but they guided me to pick 4 cards. So, oh, and we had a hidden sneaky 5 card. So we've got Advocate, Reconcile, Uphold, Adjudicate, and Balance. I feel like this is to be that that portal connector for both. We then have Lead, Ask, Listen, and Trust. So I would say that it's even more expanded than what you could imagine at this point in time. This might even perhaps represent like teaching capabilities too, is what I'm seeing with this. An Archer, Pivot, Surrender. Then we had Temple, Devote, Commune, and Reflect. So we're definitely getting yes energies around this. And Magic Maker, Touch, Tantalize, and Sense. This was more the energy representing that I was feeling excited. Let me just get a clarifier for you. I've got a 3 of disc in reverse. So with this, a 3 of disc upright is called a card of works in my favorite deck. It's a fire that cannot be extinguished by water. So what I would recommend with the message coming through from Spirit, because this is the card about psychic development, it's the crystals in our ears and our third eye. So for me, it's the gateway. It's about getting up and out of this reality, because we did have it come out in reverse. And remember, it's being extinguished by water. So we need to stoke the fire. We need to make that firm commitment. So I would make space to practice if you really want to accelerate every single day. Otherwise, like, once, maybe even twice a week, going to do group like that. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so welcome. And yeah, it's such a beautiful energy. I actually feel you're really gifted and talented. It's just, I would actually recommend working on confidence, and that's going to get you over the finish line. So you already have the gifts, you already have the connection. I would say other people's voices around that are trying to put input in, or perhaps like, it's too much in the woo. Let me see what question we have next. Oh, great question, Jody B. Will we be seeing free energy and other technology soon that has been hidden from us? Let's have a look into this. And it's interesting you're asking this, because the other day Spirit to me around how far we've come technologically, even in just the last 100 years, that it's like, if you were to be here today, they were showing, I don't know why, but they were showing me this energy of, if we just time traveled and arrived here in this present day, would we think we're living in a child, or would we be able to kind of cognitively adjust and go, okay, I'm in a different time. It's not too shocking. People are still people. So Spirit was sort of showing me that we can kind of like adjust if there was something new coming in. So I feel like this could be around your question. But the cards that we have, the Green Man, Rise, Energy Surge, Fertility. So this does indicate growth, especially because we have Energy Surge connected with this and rising. So I would say this is yes. The next one we have Spirit of Spring, Freedom, Action, and Power. So this test energy with new technology and the gift, present, honoring, and offering. So it does seem like something is wanting to come through. Let's see if we can get a little bit more niche down and detailed in regards to this free energy. Breakaway communities. I'm also seeing, I'm trying to think of his name. Oh, Michael Tallinger. I'm seeing the word Ubuntu. So there's people that are already working with this. The brats might have little communities and things already set up, or ready to go with. The cards that we have, we've got a journey into the unknown. And then we have an 8 of Wands, which is a little bit of chaotic energy. It's not knowing, like, it's a compass going out of control. It's Mercury and Sagittarius energy. So we then see a 9 of swords, out of cruelty, and a 7 of cups. So we're still seeing energies of things being shut down. So this might be where we're seeing it as a more kind of breakaway type community technology rather than something that's like exposed and out in the open, but it's definitely there, a bit hidden. So I would say this kind of thing is perhaps already existing in some level or another. The other card that I've got, restoration, cure, and safety. So yeah, they're really wanting to protect certain technologies and things. So I do feel at the moment, like if we're looking at it within time, it still looks quite hidden, but I feel like it's connecting or talking to people in the know. And around that, we get a 10 of Wands, which is the card of oppression. So we know that these have been oppressed and suppressed. So yeah, it definitely looks, so hopefully that helped answer that question. And let me see. Gisela, thank you for the question. So what are my guides needing to tell me? I feel a huge block at the moment. Let's have a look for you and see what's coming up. Okay. My cards got sort of stuck in one area, which I think was a 4 of disc. I was just closing my eyes, picking that one, but it was stuck. Okay, so the message that we have for you, Gisela, we did get that one. So it was the 4 of disc power. It's Capricorn and Sun energy. So this is really looking at like what's draining your energy at the moment. And this is about tapping into feeling more inspired, to feeling more hopeful. I would surround yourself with other people, other star seeds, other people's length and frequency. Trying to hold them all at once. So we've got the Hierophant. This is really asking, what is in alignment with your path? What is in alignment with you being of service as well? And I do feel this is connected to do with people around you, because we did have the Judgment card come up too. My feeling around this. So we see here, this is also known as the card of the woken undead. These little people standing up are actually dead. So this also represents that we can, put all this energy into trying to wake people up or to get them to, but they can only really do it in their own time. So we've got Archangel Michael coming in with the trumpet to blow that horn to sort of try and wake people up. But this is not our responsibility anymore to try and wake people up. That time has been and passed. Unless they're really, oh, you're so welcome. But yeah, let me see if there's anything in terms of like, not just around like people side of things. Where do they want me to pick from? And around removing the block, we have the Lover's card. So unite, desire, cherish, and caress. I do feel again it's giving us an energy of other people coming in or interfering type energies. Let's see if they can give us the roadmap out of this blocked energy. And I just started to get like a ping, sort of like dull kind of feeling behind the be some things that are literally like interfering with you on an electromagnetic level that are also providing a little bit of a block. So get out in nature, go for a walk, try and get away from anything artificial to shift this block. So we've got 8 of coins, which is movement, to a page of swords. So we have a Queen of Cups too. So definitely communicate with self while you're in nature, communicate with nature. Queen of Cups. This will help shift this block. And we also, look at that, sanctuary, soothe, revive, return. So definitely get out in nature. And I would be doing this until you feel the block shift. So that's the message that Spirit has, and maybe a little bit of the reason with some of the block too. I also feel like it's they're giving me an energy sort of more in lack and limitation with the next steps to take. And I feel like it's to physically get it moving is what they're showing with this. Okay, let me just read. Oh, please pop your questions in all caps. And because I am reading different windows, I have to open and close. So please pop your question in all caps, and hopefully I can get to a few more before I have to go. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up to where I am. Okay, so let's have a look. This is a fun question. Let's have a look into future husband will be like. This is interesting. I'm seeing a cooking pot, which looks almost like a cauldron. And I feel like this is about adding different things that you like. It's like making your plan or your prescription to the universe on what it is that you actually need. So I'm not seeing someone that is coming in looking super clear. I'm actually kind of playground energy with this. And I'm not sure of how to pronounce your name. It might be Iffy or If or If. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but thank you for your question. Look at this though. The lover's energy comes up. So you're definitely in that creation, so right at the forefront for you. And I keep touching heart, so it definitely is. But we've got a Nine of Wands. There's some belief systems that you need to delete in order to like fully anchor it, and this is around self-worth. So really working with things like about being worthy and working with self-love in. So we've got a Six of Coins and the Star. This is to see like the value and the worth that you bring to the world. You have such a beautiful love to give is what I'm also seeing with this too. So let me just see if there's anything else they can show us. So we have probably in my stomach. I'm doing fasting this morning. So I've got a Five of Cups in reverse. This is to delete and let go of any loss from the past, any stories that you might be telling yourself around love, because we need to start telling stories of success. We need to say if you see it together and you're like, oh my gosh, they're so cute. If them, then me. So things like this, I feel like this is about really readdressing. But yeah, the overall message that I see with this is a beautiful cauldron. And you know, you can work with love potion for manifest. That is a great one to work with. You can even incorporate it with hot chocolate as well. This is my favorite hot chocolate. I don't know if you guys have this in your country. Crunchino, I think it's called, healthy chocolate drink. So 18 vitamins and minerals. It blends perfectly. 2 teaspoons of this with a concentrated teaspoon of love potion. So brew your potion about probably a third of a cup, and then make the other 2/3 the hot chocolate. And that is incredible. But yeah, I am seeing more sort of like a cauldron energy. So writing your manifestation list on what it is that you desire in a partner, because I actually feel like the universe is more waiting for you to work your magic. You got to work your magic. So I do feel the universe is more waiting for you to put your order in, because it feels a little bit unclear. There's self-worth sort of overriding most of that. And let me see. Oh, you're so welcome, Lorianne. Thank you for bringing your beautiful energy here and being such a beautiful part of our soul family. Okay, let me come back to the questions. And great question. Let me answer your question. So we have, and I wish I could answer all of them today. I don't know if I'm going to have time, guys. I'll try as well as I can. So Laura, galactic's drawn to our ascension vibration. The song that I'm actually getting connected with this, I try to think of who sings it, but it's like wishing and hoping. I think it's in the Cher movie, depending on what you call her, or that person. I think it's in the Mermaids movie. There's a song called Wishing and Hoping. For some reason, that's coming through. I'm trying to think of the rest of the lyrics. I can't think of it right now, but there's something about like an energy of, we've got the card of fortune, we've got the card of failure, we've got the card of the Fool and interference, Eight of Swords. So they are around. We're seeing them more on the outskirts with our beautiful galactics as well. So this, what they're sensing and seeing from Earth right now, planet energy that we've got right here, but they are sort of allowed to be outside, but we need to actually call them in. We need to work with the positive ones. Let me just get some clarifiers. We have the Tower card in reverse, which is a great sign, and the Judgment card. So it's also called the card of adjustment. So they are waiting for some of the, I guess, the dark side to be, I don't even have a word, but they're like, kick them to the side. They're waiting for some of the dark side to get out the way, and the exposure of things that's happened, and then they're able to come in a lot more. But it's almost like if they were to come in now, there's a lot of confusion and chaos energy is what I'm seeing in regards to this. So hopefully that helps. And Ken. So will we have some kind of meaty disclosure soon? Let's have a look. I know it's always a trickle, isn't it? And the ET disclosure that I've seen always seems to be more personal. All right, and I just saw my card of the ET with a deck. So what we have is more confusion around it. So yes, we might, but there's a couple of other cards that I'm getting to. So I'm seeing a yes, but I'm also seeing where it's like people are putting like, how would I say, like false information out. So discernment is of the utmost importance around your beautiful question. Thank you, Ken, and sending my love to your gorgeous daughter. So yeah, 8 of Wands. So even when we see it, people are going to be like, that's CGI, that's not real. Oh, that looks too, too fake. Or perhaps it looks so we assume that it's fake. We then have the 7 of Swords. Watch out for sneakies. That's the words that I'm hearing with Spirit. And then we've got a Prince of Swords too. And we know with this is about like this octahedron, putting things out there and then reaping the rewards. So this is more about focusing on our personal contact. Let me see if there's anything else they want to show us about ET disclosure. We've got Judgment Day. This feels like some Terminator stuff right here. And then 7 of Cups. This is things that are hidden. So there will be a day where things do come out. Let me see if we get a time. We've got a 9 of Swords. Swords will tend to indicate weeks. Sometimes it can indicate months, but the energy that we've got with it, let me see if there's another card to go with it. There's something about using this as power. So someone might leverage this, kind of pull a little bit of power to them to be like the person perhaps who discloses or something. But yeah, really interesting that we have this energy of confusion. So we're going to have to like heighten our levels of discernment around this would be like what I would say. And let me just check. Yeah, how beautiful is Phil? Such a great guy. Definitely go check out his channel. And let me just check in. Okay, so Teresa. So we have, or Therese, sorry, dyslexia. 30 years ago, I had an experience of my consciousness leaving my body. I was with a guide who was telepathically telling me about love and oneness, beautiful. But why did this happen to me? I actually just got straight away, like I'm just touching the cards, but I feel like this was part of your contract. I feel like that, coming to Earth, this is part of like a preordained kind of plan or destiny to have this happen at a specific age to help sort of set you onto the path that you're on now. So the cards that we have around this is a Knight of Disc. So with the Knight of Disc, this for me, it sometimes represents like a long length of time. It always feels like, that it's taking a long time. We've got the Moon energy too. So this is about getting in contact more with your intuition. So we have the card of 3 of Swords and the 9 of Swords. So there may have been a lot of things happening stress-wise, mentally. I would even look back into what was it that you were going through at that particular time. And then we have the Hangman. So this was designed to sort of like, as I said, like a preordained kind of, this is going to happen at this particular point in time. So say when the going gets tough, as it's in that movie. What is that? The Jewel of the Nile. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. I feel like this came in at a particular time that was perhaps stressful or hard, or there may have been other things going on. It would be interesting astrologically to see what age you were at the time. And then we've got this hangman trying to crack you out of the matrix and show you a bit more of the other full perspective of things. So yeah, what an interesting experience. Let me just see. Oh yeah, definitely. Oh, let me hold this up again so you guys can see if you've got this in your country. Look at this. Zero refined sugar, gluten-free, reishi mushroom, gut-friendly, plant-based, and 100% organic. So it's really good. Probiotics, antioxidants, gluten-free, superfoods, taste amazing with the love potion. And it's one of those ones when I have friends over, and you can always see, because they're saying how delicious it is with the love potion, because it's got aspects of like, let me just read to you what's in this. So I've popped rose hip, cinnamon, cardamom, and lavender. So there's a beautiful spiritual kind of like soul feeding, like warmth that comes through with a combination of those. But I'll always ask my friends, I'm like, do you want another cup? Because you can see them like really savoring it. So yeah. Oh, I think you can. I appreciate that. Yeah, I've got some gorgeous clients here that have become beautiful friends in the audience. And I appreciate you guys coming back to ask your questions too, and to show that love and support. I cannot say thank you enough. So we've come to the top of the hour. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question today. There is so much to get through. And I will have to do, that's what I was feeling a window between 27 to 33. So this period of time is where you start to tap into your Saturn return, which will be a repivot onto your path, which is what came up in the cards. So thank you for letting me know. I always love to have that confirmation because it's like another piece of the puzzle that that comes in. Okay, well, let me just bring up my little reminder and I'll flash up this website again for you guys too. If you didn't get a chance to write down where I was talking about, like with the geo cleanse before, these little plugs, this is what they look like. See the PowerPoint under the kettle, that little green plug that plugs in? Thank you guys. I love you too. So yeah, please do hit that thumbs up. We are starting to gently grow, and I'm getting so close to like the 5K. Not that numbers matter, but I do know that the topics I talk about, specifically some of the ones like the CIA one a few weeks ago, I do get massively where my comments get deleted and different things. So yeah, I do appreciate you guys helping me to grow that. And I'm gonna have a think about like, do you guys want to do this again next week? Because I'm sort of doing it moment to moment because I am going away in a couple of weeks. But let me know if you really want to do this again, and I'll run another one. And if you want to book a personal reading, head on over to masonjupiter.com and you'll see my starseed readings, the Mystical Oracle, which if you really want to ask personal questions, Mystical Oracle is the one to go with. Starseed is really for looking into like your galactic origins and finding out more about who you are on a soul level. And remember, we also, if you want to order your I Am That Witch potion to have it arrive if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is the time to order it. So yeah, it takes a little bit to arrive overseas, generally about 2 weeks is what we've seen. And hit that notification button. This is live in 4 days. We're going to be making the witch's bottle and making spell jars. So I'll guide and teach you how to do that. It's going to be so much fun. And I can't wait. It's going to be magic. All right. Love to everyone too. Okay, perfect. I will. So you can hit that notification button. I'm so grateful for each and every single one of you being here. Oh, thank you, Tim. All right. Love you guys. Oh, 3-card pick. Don't forget to tune in to Mason Jupiter. I think it's tomorrow that it comes up. 3 flowers to pick from. So there's going to be a message vibrationally that comes through from the flowers, and it will give us guidance on what we need to sort of heal or look at, or where it will strengthen and support us. But it will also tap you into like other things that are coming up for you at the moment. And we'll do cards with that. Oh, thank you. Oh gosh, I wish I could put all your comments up. All right. Great to know. Oh, exciting. It's happening soon. All right. Bye, guys.